All right. All right. Let's talk about this. Okay. Um. This in what is this? Anelia G Sexy Slim Stallion. Okay. I wanted to address your comment in this video. Okay, because the issue came up with Paris Milan, and I talked about how Paris Milan is making these videos shitting on black men, talking about portraying black men as murderers and killers, and showing the black man murdering the black woman and kidnapping her and killing her and you know the only purpose of these videos is to make black men look like monsters. But I'm gonna get into that. Okay, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna read this comment from her, and we're gonna analyze this comment. Okay, she said, "Okay, but are these facts that Paris Milan is spewing out? Okay, is that when the truth about black men on individual basis is being exposed, certain black men become emotional? I say if it doesn't apply to you, let it fly. Really though, a hit dog hollers, okay? You see, I have nothing against black men personally. I personally have a preference for black men over other men. My problem with you black YouTubers is that it's so ironic that you can sit around for years and allow black women to be berated and downgraded and exploited by the infamous Tommy Soto Slimer, right? To name a few, and you have the nerve to sit there and laugh while watching black women suffer in silence. But the minute that one or two woke black women decide to fire back in defense of deserving black women, you've got a problem now. You see, you black men, though you are a small sector on YouTube, wonder why you are the laughing stock of men in comparison to the rest of the population. Okay, it never ceases to amaze me that if most of you would just use your brains for once and stop letting your emotions run wild like females, maybe you can clean up your own community, as men of other races are naturally talking ownership of. Sidebar. Your claim is that this young woman refused to listen to her father and Paris failed to mention that. Well, that sounds like a personal problem this girl brought upon herself. So these are the consequences of her behavior. The dad has done his part. Kudos to him. Now the next step is for law enforcement to focus on the killer, this young man, which is what Paris Milan was simply emphasizing, I'm sure, okay? Again, I personally have nothing but love for most black men, but until you as a collective of men decide to stand up and do something about the rancid conditions of the situations in our communities, there will be no change until you stop acting cowardly against the black male YouTubers who constantly bully black women on a daily basis on YouTube. There will never be change in black women. You will continue to see black women like Paris Milan speak out against the negative actions of certain black men, rightfully so. Other than that, it will be lip service all day, which is normally what black men on YouTube engage in on a daily basis, all talk and no action. Okay, alright, now here's the deal, okay? she talked about Tommy Sotomayor. You realize Tommy Sotomayor's the main demographic that watches him is women, not men. I think that is a fact. It's been like that for years. Tommy Sotomayor himself will tell you. He said it in numerous of his own videos. His main supporters are women. Okay, not men. And you know, if you claim to be familiar with Tommy Sotomayor, I don't know if you knew that or not, or I don't know how extensively you followed him, or whatever. But that is a fact, and you should have done your research about that before coming onto my channel and leaving this comment. You should have known that Tommy Sotomayor's main supporters are females. Okay, not males. Okay, it is a misconception. Okay, that that Tommy Sotomayor, okay, is there's all these black men cheering him on and laughing at his videos. First of all, a lot of black men don't even watch Tommy Sotomayor. I don't watch Tommy Sotomayor anymore. I did years ago. I lost interest in him over time. I lost a lot of interest in him when he was going to make that documentary. He tried to be serious and make a documentary, and the shit never came out, and he just took the money and he bullshitted people. Once he did that, I stopped taking him serious. And I know a lot of other black men agree with me and feel the same way. A lot of black men don't even fuck with Tommy Sotomayor. Okay. She goes on, she says, "You see, you black men, though you are a small sector on YouTube, wonder why you are the laughing stock, okay, of men." Now this right here shows you that this particular chick came onto my channel to be negative. Okay, you're gonna call black men a laughing stock and all that. First of all, a lot of black men are starting to get, black men are actually on the up and up right now. Believe it or not, a lot of black men are getting on their business game. They're getting on their tech game. Okay, they're getting on their trade game. They're getting their money up. They learning how to maneuver in the court system to get custody of their kids and that kind of thing. Black men are on the up and up now. Okay, right now, and okay, so when you make these statements, it lets people know from what angle you're really coming at. Okay, you're not coming here to have a constructive dialogue. You're coming here to be antagonistic. Okay, now let's continue. It never ceases to amaze me, okay, that if most of you would just use your brains for once and stop letting your emotions run wild like females, maybe you can clean up your own community, as men of other races are naturally taking ownership of. Okay, now this is another antagonistic comment, because I'd like to know what her specific experience with men of other races is. I'd like to know, is she in their communities and seeing what these men of other races are doing to help their communities? Is she going to provide any examples or anything like that in the comment? No. Okay, she's just throwing up other men from other communities who she has no relationship with and knows nothing about, doesn't even go to their communities. But she's throwing these men up to try to, how should I say it? One up black men and that kind of thing. And it's just ridiculous, because her and other women like her will come on here and they'll always compare black men to non-black men, but they don't even have any personal experience with a lot of these non-black men. So what leg do they really have to stand on? other than just trying to make their own men feel inadequate. Okay, well, let's continue. Okay, sidebar, your claim is that this young woman refused to listen to her father, and Paris failed to mention that. First of all, in the video that the video was talking about, Paris did fail to mention that. Okay, she said she showed the father, but Paris didn't say anything about the father. And she didn't say, you know, we need dads like this. We need more dads like this. That, you know, and she should have just heeded her father and listened to her father. Paris did not do that because she was only interested in the negative narrative of this young black man being a murderer and that kind of thing. That's what she was interested in. She wasn't interested in pulling anything. With a negative story like this, you got to pull something positive out of it. She wasn't interested in pulling anything out of it other than a black female victimization narrative. That was it. She didn't give a fuck about anything else. She didn't give a fuck about how black men were portrayed or how anybody else was portrayed or anything like that. Okay, well, let's continue. Well, that sounds like a personal problem this girl brought upon herself. So these are the consequences of her behavior. The dad has done his part. Kudos to him. Now, the next step is for law enforcement to focus on the killer, this young man, which is what Paris Milan was simply emphasizing. I'm sure, okay, but you need to understand, Paris is only doing these stories because, you know, and I have my little theory. There was some black man on YouTube, somebody that Paris either liked or had a crush on or whatever, some brother that Paris was fucking with. And that brother, I guess he didn't want to put a ring on it. He decided he didn't want to deal with Paris like that, or he wasn't into Paris like that. And she's been making these types of videos portraying black men as evil ever since. Chrissy's did the same damn thing. Okay, Chrissy did the same goddamn thing when 2 years ago, I believe, was it 2017? I think when Chrissy switched over from being pro-black to just only talking about black women and girls. Well, there was another black male YouTuber. His name was Sergeant Willie Pete. Sergeant Willie Pete's been around for years. He's been around since 2008. I was one of the people who used to follow him back then, but he used to talk about a lot of community issues. And Chrissy really liked Sergeant Willie Pete. She really liked this Sergeant Willie Pete guy. She was really attracted to him. You know, Sergeant Willie Pete was constantly mentioning her in his videos, and Chrissy was mentioning him, and everybody knew that they liked each other. Okay, and what happened was Chrissy sent Sergeant Willie Pete one of her pictures, and I guess Sergeant Willie Pete rejected it. He said, after he saw the picture, he told her, you're not really my type. I'm not really interested. No, thank you. And ever since then, Chrissy has been making videos only for black females and against black men. Ever since then, that's what Chrissy been doing. Okay, so it's this pattern with these females on here. These black females, these conscious black females. They start out all pro-black, and somebody break their heart. And next thing you know, they start saying, well, I'm only going to make videos about women. Or I'm not going to be pro-black men anymore collectively. I'm not pro-black men anymore. What do we black women get out of being for pro-black men for? You know what I mean? That's what they get on. So Paris's videos are not coming from a place of well, I'm trying to help black girl. You're not helping this girl that got victimized here. Okay, your video is not going to bring her back. You're not going to start a fucking non-profit to help these girls or to talk about gun violence because this girl got shot. So is Paris starting a non-profit to educate people about gun violence and educate women about self-defense and how they need to go get their pistol permits and all that? Is Paris doing that? No, she's just putting videos up to fit a narrative because she's been emotionally hurt at some point. That's what's going on. And that's what people like me are here to expose, and other black YouTubers and stuff on here. I'm going to expose these females doing this shit, man. Like as if Paris give a fuck about black. Paris probably doesn't even hang out with other black women in real life. I guarantee you. I guarantee. Paris is a valley girl. She probably hangs out with a bunch of white girls and stuff. That's probably who she works with, who she hangs out. I guess she probably don't even kick it with black chicks like that. But she got y'all following her around here on YouTube, following these silly narratives. Y'all need to wake up. Let me know what y'all think. Leave comments, subscribe, peace.